See, Red Nation, Chicago Bulls have failed. AK, he betted on continuity. The experiment, 28 games into the season, has failed. Zach LaVine, $215 man, franchise player, has not lived up to the hype, has not performed, has not played in the clutch when he's needed to. He has failed. DeMar DeRozan had a miracle year last year. MVP caliber type run, has failed. Nikola Vucevic, arguably the most consistent player on the team. Big man in the middle, supposed to hold it down. Trying his best. You can blame other players, but you still have to hold yourself accountable for your action. He has failed. Patrick Williams has failed. What is this? His third year? I know he missed most of last year. I know it's tough with DeMar out there. We counted on him hitting that next step. He has failed. Ayo DeSumo, second year. We're counting on him to make a big step this year. Has failed. Alex Caruso, terrible turnovers. The inability to hit anything from the perimeter consistently. Foul trouble, has failed. DJJ, he can jump high. He plays with energy. That's not enough. It's not good enough. It's not going to cut it. He has failed. Tony Bradley. Tony Bradley got into the game. That's all I have to say. Tony Bradley got into the game. This Bulls team has failed on every level conceivable. We had big expectations coming into this year. We were a first round exit. We counted on continuity coming into the season. The experiment has failed. AK. We got our butts kicked. 114-91. Nikola Vucevic, 29 minutes, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 points. 9 points. All-star center. Still most likely a top 10 center in this league. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 29 minutes of action. Unacceptable. DeMar DeRozan, 31 minutes, 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Not good enough. Zach LaVine, 30 minutes, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, $215 million. You wanted to be the man. You weren't surrounded by talent for most of your career. The expectation is to perform. Yes, life gets difficult. Yes, you will struggle, but that is unacceptable. I know people are making excuses for you, but you have an obligation and a duty to perform. You have failed. Alex Caruso, 9 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 25 minutes as the backup point guard. He has failed. Arguably, this is not the position that he's supposed to be in, but we brought him in to be the sixth man. He's supposed to be the first one off our bench. That comes with a level of responsibility and honor that a lot of players in the league don't get and don't get the opportunity to. You have failed. You have not performed. You have not lived up to your obligation, and it's unacceptable. Kobe White, 7 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, and 22 minutes of action. You have failed. You've lost. You went from the starting point guard your rookie season. Now you're down to a bench player. Many people don't make it in this league, Kobe. You need to take every opportunity you get to perform, to make your name last. Javonte Green, 7 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, 18 minutes. Goran Dragic, 9 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 16 minutes. Ayo Dosunmu, 5 points, 3 assists, 0 rebounds, 15 minutes. Andre Drummond, 0 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, 10 minutes. DJJ, 2 points, 0 assist, 2 rebounds, 9 minutes. Tony Bradley, 4 minutes, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. The Bulls, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. The Bulls have failed. AK, your bet has failed. Even if Lonzo comes back, I don't think this team can come back. They're too far gone. They have no heart. They have no guidance. There's no direction. Billy has failed to make key rotations and has failed to lead this team with any symbol of competence. Even if Lonzo comes back this season, we don't know if he's going to be the same player. We don't know how long it will take him to come back to speed. We don't know if Lonzo will make it back to basketball at this point. That's how serious it's been. That's how long he's been out the game, that it's actually feasible and reasonable to think that he could possibly be potentially done with basketball. Or if he does come back, he could not be the same player. Arguably, Lonzo Ball was the engine of this team. He's what made the Bulls go. Lonzo is the last of a dying breed and a rare skill set in this NBA. Yes, he had his own basketball IQ, but fortunately, he was able to be mentored by a great and traditional point guard in Rondo, a pass-first point guard. He also spent time with Magic, potentially even learned tricks, tips from Magic. With 3 ball-dominant players in Vooch, Zach, and DeMar, Lonzo's ability to facilitate the ball, run these half-court sets, get people into position, your best defensive perimeter player, was the key to the Bulls' success early on last year. Without a traditional point guard out there that is of his unique skill set and length, size at the point guard, with his ability that he developed into be a spot-up three-point shooter, arguably a very deadly marksman from the perimeter, this Bulls team is not the same. Ayo is too young and not at the level yet to facilitate the offense, especially with 2 vets in DeMar and Zach mostly having the ball in their hands. And Ayo, most of his points coming from slashing to the rim and laying up the ball. Yes, his 3-point shot's okay, but it's not that great. He's not knocked down. Patrick Williams has made strides in these last couple of weeks. He's been developing. He's been growing, but he's being stifled by DeMar. DeMar has become a black hole on this team. He is holding them back. Yes, we are grateful for what he did last year, but the league has figured you out, DeMar. They're either going to double you or let you take the shot because they're not going to foul you. They're not going to jump. The league has caught on. I stated in my last video, the Chicago Bulls are in a very similar situation to what the Bears have been in the last few years. They are playing they're playing like they're in a bygone era. They are depending on the mid-range game. This is 2022. The NBA is a perimeter game. You must be able to stretch the floor reliably. Arguably, your four best shooters on the team from the perimeter, this is terrible, are Zach, Kobe White, Goran Dragic, and Vooch. And Patrick Williams a little bit, even though he is very inconsistent and is mostly good when he has wide open attempts. I don't think the Bulls are going to blow it up. I think this front office has invested too much to do that. They gave Zach his money. Where they go from here, I don't know. Do they move on from DeMar? That would be my recommended course. It's been inconsistent this season. He's stifling the growth of your younger players in Io, Patrick Williams, even Dalen Terry, if we can see him get out there, because a lot of these games have been blowouts. Vooch, I would keep. He's your most consistent player. I mean, really, if we're being honest here, Vooch needs to be the number one option, followed by Zach. Most of the time, Vooch has the matchup win in his matchups during the night. They need to feed the big man. I am a believer in feed the big man. You start from the paint, you bang them down low, and you work your way outside. There are issues fundamentally from this team from the top down. They need a shooting coach. You cannot be in this NBA and have the inability to hit 3-point shots. It's unacceptable. Players like Patrick Williams could definitely benefit from having a shooting coach, as well as Ayo Dosunmu. Players like Caruso could also benefit. Caruso's also struggling trying to run the point as the primary point guard. It's not in his skill set. He's a defensive disruptor, shooting guard / point guard. He is who you send as your six man in to get in somebody's guts, make them uncomfortable. His talents don't lie in running the point, not the way that this team needs with a traditional point guard. The Bulls right now are in the worst place to be in basketball. Stuck in the middle, mediocrity, between a rock and a hard place. No picks. Portland has our pick. I don't think we're going to get in unless I believe it's top 4 protected. Blowing it up seems like a waste of time and money, which you signed Zach for what is it, $215 million. There's nobody you could even trade him for that would be worth it, because you would still be in the same situation with the same core basically and the same issues. The only way I see this, like I stated in my last video, getting any better is possibly trying to trade DeMar. My recommendation is trade him for Kuzma. Have Zach remains a shooting guard. P. Will moves to small forward. Kuzma runs the power forward. Vooch at the 5. Ayo, Caruso interchangeable at the point guard position until Alonzo comes back, if he does it all this season. I also thought potentially try to pick up Carmelo. You need some type of shooting. I believe he's still a free agent. I don't know if Dwight could come back. That's also a player I was thinking about signing potentially from the free agent list, but I know he's overseas right now. He was going crazy. He had like a 30, 20 rebound game, something like that. I'm not sure which team or what country he's playing for overseas, but good for him. Go get your money. Go do what you do, man. Bulls are a disappointment. The front office has failed us. The experiment has failed. 28 games in, and it's looking ugly. I don't know where we go from here, Bulls Nation, but it's not looking good. False out.